You're watching the 7th annual Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Knoxville Nationals. The B main lining up here inside the field. Well, how about the 39 car, Brian Newman?
Currently 13th in NASCAR Sprint Cup points, 1 win on the year, trying to work his way into tonight's A main after finishing 17th on Thursday night.
Teammate Tony Stewart in the house watching as well as we take a look at the Candidate all-natural pet food starting grid. You can see right off the bat, Jack Sullivan and Rob Moss will lead everybody to the stripe.
A lot of big names in this B main. You saw Jimmy Mars. You go back to John Blankenship starting on the inside of row number 8. Boone McLaughlin, another fan favorite here at the Knoxville Raceway, deep as well. Brad Neat there will start outside row number 2, so a stacked B main. 20 laps, top 6 will go to the show.
And of course, the top 4 from our C main are all the way in the back to fill out the field. Coming around here one more time. Jack Sullivan with the 1S. Rob Moss with the 1M, bringing him around. Man from Menominee, right behind him with the number 28 car. Here we go. Ooh, man, Mars already way sideways.
Brad Neat, the 41, trying the high line. 1 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win for the 41 of Brad Neat this season. Trying to get into the show, and he's driving it in deep down in turn 3, trying to get the lead off turn 4.
Oh, yeah. You got to love that right there, man. Out of Dunville, Kentucky, the 41 car will take over the point. Great onboard shot, by the way, courtesy of GoPro. Neat way out front right now, making it look easy. Here comes Jimmy Mars trying to tuck down underneath.
The Iceman working the low line for second to the inside of Jack Sullivan, and now slides to the outside of the Arkansas driver. Drives the Team GRT house car, actually works at GRT, 33 years old, first time here at Knoxville.
Yeah, some of these guys now working the top up here as that cushion starts to develop, and it will push way up close to the wall would be the anticipation before the evening's over with. Jason Ruan battling right there with the number 98 car up high. That is the 1M. Keep in mind that's Rob Moss who started on the outside of the front row. Battle for the lead here.
And Jimmy Mars working that low line. We talked about coming off turn 2 in the C main. If your car works good off the bottom of turn 2, that's the best place to pass. Get a good run, entering turn number 3, and it looks like the Iceman locked down to that low part of the racetrack, trying to get it done on Neat as they go side by side down in turn 1.
Well, Jimmy Mars sealing off the right front there. That thing is on the ground. By the way, Jimmy Mars with a great 2009, picked up 19 wins a year ago, trying to carry that momentum forward. Brad Neat trying to stop him. Neat way up there, kind of sideways. And you can see Mars really kind of driving pretty straight.
Jimmy Mars, one of 3 drivers that have made all previous 6 feature events, including Grady Smith and Brian Berghofer here at the Knoxville Dirt Late Model Nationals. He's trying to get into the show, drives it in deep on that low line. Very smooth on the bottom part of the racetrack and takes the lead.
When you bang that car up off the cushion, which isn't real high just yet, but as it develops here over the evening, it'll beat up on the tires a little bit, but with a 20 lapper, you can wear them out.
And Neat retakes the lead there from Jimmy Mars around the outside. We go back to the battle for 4th. Rob Moss in the 1M from Iowa City. Got all his points Thursday night when he finished 23rd in the A main, ran 7th in the B main last night.
Great battle here.
Yeah, they're still side by side now off turn 2. Looks like the 98 car with a little bit more. Starting to get a cushion down there in turns 1 and 2. Something to lean on.
Back up to the front. Neat with a sizable lead once again. Mars falling back just a little bit.
As they put a lap on the 40 of Joel Callahan, and now trying to get around Fryer and Hansen. We saw them battling in the C main, already going a lap down, so a very fast pace right now set by our leaders.
And Mars once again starting to close the gap here as he's moved up to the top to get around those lappers you spoke of. Neat will dive back down to the bottom here.
We go back to the battle for 6th. That is Mark Bergtorp right now in the 6th and final transfer spot.
Eckrich right there behind him as well in the 56 car. The top 6 advancing here, and here comes Eckrich with the 56 down underneath Bergtorp. Simpson back there to try and pick up either one of those guys that might falter, but right now Eckrich looks like he has the faster of the 3 cars.
And Andy Eckrich trying to make his first career A main here at the Knoxville Dirt Late Model Nationals. Back up front, Jimmy Mars still trying to reel in Brad Neat. Neat's been right on the bottom, the middle, went to the top. Now Mars goes top shelf. Neat slides high, might have a shot here.
Great to listen to these guys. Really off the gas for a long time there for Neat, and it's going to cost him because Mars closed the gap and went by him. Oh, and up and over the cushion for Neat. So Neat trying to gather it back up now to see if he can at least hang on to the spot. And Mars dealing with lap traffic. That's the last thing you want to have to do when you're out front.
That is the 15R of Gungerich that he just got by as we go back to that battle for 5th now. Chris Simpson in the 32, the 1M of Rob Moss. Simpson getting a little loose, getting a little slick down there in turns 1 and 2, right through the middle. That's why we're seeing guys run the extreme bottom or up on the cushion. The problem with running the top shelf, if you get over it like Neat did, you don't want to suck you into the wall.
Eckrich back there now, he's dealing with the lap traffic, so the lappers playing a huge role here in this B main.
Simpson in that 32, finished 5th in the C on Thursday night, 12th in the B main last night. So trying to work his way in and make his 2nd A main here at the Knoxville Dirt Late Model Nationals. The 32 car, the driver from nearby Oxford, Iowa.
Back up to our leader once again, the 28 car. So Jimmy Mars leading, Brad Neat in 2nd. We haven't talked about Jack Sullivan. Sullivan's in there as well, the top 3. There is Ryan Newman struggling to hang on to a top 10 finish here.
Finished up 16th at the prelude to the dream at his car owner's racetrack at Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio earlier this year. Only gets to run a handful of dirt late model events, and a track like Knoxville, like no other, tough to get around if you don't race here a lot.
Yeah, he and Tony Stewart both, and they're very respectful of the competitors that are out here. You know, it's tough no matter who you are to come out here and race with these guys that do this week in and week out. White flag out for the 28 car, campaigned by Jimmy Mars, trying to hang on for the win here at the B main. Battle for 5th place. Of course, they take the top 6.
Rob Moss in the 1M and the 32 of Chris Simpson. Caught the 7 there of Bertorf, trying to stay in the top 6 as Jimmy Mars comes off turn 4, picks up the win in tonight's B main event. Brad Neat will finish 2nd. Jack Sullivan comes home 3rd. Jason Round 4th. 5th. Looks like it will go to Rob Moss, Chris Simpson, that 6th and final transfer spot.
And Mr. Bertorf just missing it by 1. Out of Quincy, Illinois. So congratulations to Jimmy Mars. Good news is you're in the A main. Bad news is you don't have much time to get that car ready and turned around. There's your E3 Spark Plugs B main results. Well, these cars are pretty incredible to say the least. Let's get it down to the guys in the pits with more.
When you think of dirt late model race cars, you may not think of aerodynamic machines, but quite the contrary. If you look at these big wide front ends, everything is designed to help get air up over the race car, including these big wide fenders, trying to keep the air to flow smooth over those big wide race car tires. If you look down on the front, this trimmed front valance is also designed to help seal the race car when it goes through the corner, again getting that air up over the front end, through the cockpit, and to the rear of the race car. Right, Dave?
That's right, Tony. The whole purpose is to direct as much air as possible across this back deck against this rear spoiler, which will generate downforce on the rear end of the car. Traction is a key ingredient here on dirt tracks. These rear suspensions incredibly complex and incredibly secretive. They get very, very nervous when we get our cameras around here. Ken and Rob, never any shortage of intrigue down here in the pit area.
Well, he's absolutely right. It's not uncommon to see those cars covered up as well. You don't get a chance to take a look at any of those suspension parts and pieces. Driver intros are happening now. The A main is happening next, and Batman's hoping to make it 3 in a row.